What up, gamers? Welcome back to another episode of Hot Topic. As always, this is Gary7MT for the GTA series videos crew. For subtitles, click the caption button. In this video, we are continuing our focus on GTA's beta and removed content. Now that we've examined the debut title, the 2D era, GTA 3 and Vice City, it's now time for us to head to the West Coast with the biggest game of the 3D era, GTA San Andreas. With more than 27.5 million copies sold worldwide since its release in 2004, GTA San Andreas is recognized as PlayStation 2's best-selling game. Weighing in with a mighty heavy review score of 95% on Metacritic and tons of awards collected through all these years, this game raised the bar for great gaming.
You say it like it's a bad thing.
Shut up, Carl!
Set in the fictional U.S. state of San Andreas, effectively a hybrid of California and Nevada, GTA San Andreas packed practically any and everything GTA players ever dreamed of into the game. From gang-related storylines to tons of bikes, motorbikes, airplanes, and vehicles of all types, to a mind-boggling arsenal of weapons. It even had RPG elements that differed from all other games in that the RPGs weren't solely to complete missions, but offered players chances to adapt the characters to themselves as they went. GTA San Andreas was originally supposed to be on 2 DVDs, but later the game was released on 1. Surely this was thanks to new compression techniques in both coding and texture. The game also undoubtedly made some major cuts to material, and it is these deletions that this video will focus on. Before starting though, we'd like to address some of the main complaints about this Hot Topic series. These episodes are intended as a summary of most of the beta and removed content, not full in-depth comparisons. Neither are they supposed to be complete lists of all the beta, edited, and removed contents discovered. This is because sometimes there's stuff that is impossible to show in any way, stuff that's not really interesting or just myths that lack solid proof. And while we're on the subject of myths, we work hard to find sources and in-game proof to make sure not to include them in our videos. Of course, sometimes we may get something wrong too. We are fans after all, just like you, not the authors of the game.
Oh.
As always, a big shout out goes to Patrick W, Desire, Dekra, Jestik, Camille, Calvin, Johnny K, CML99, and Vadim M, whose YouTube channel, National Pepper, we suggest you check out. And if we mispronounce anyone's name, forgive a brother. Some of these handles can be murder. Also, big ups to all the modders, fans, and gamers out there that have searched game files over the years for beta content and created mods to re-enable removed features, audio, missions, and more. As opposed to Vice City, where we only have ideas about dropped missions, in GTA San Andreas, there's plenty of info on missing content. Originally, there were more missions in the game, such as Impounded, Doberman, Tanked Up, Roadside Assistance, and The Truth Is Out There. All the audio sequences, texts, icons, and models used for these missions are still in the game code. The only missing elements are the introduction cutscene animations. Impounded was a mission given by Caesar after High Stakes Lowrider, where CJ finds out that his car was impounded and has to recover it from the LS Impound in Pershing Square. The whole mission provides an introduction into the workings of impounded vehicles. In GTA San Andreas, this feature was partially introduced and later optimized in GTA 5. The second Doberman was a mission for Crash, Community Resources Against Street Hoodlums, where Carl has to kill Officer Carvid, keep Pancho from getting arrested, and snatch evidence to give to Tenpenny before the cops can seize it. Tanked Up was originally the final mission for Zero, where Carl, using an RC Bandit, had to fend off the assault launched by Berkeley on Zero's RC shop with an army of RC Tigers, the remote-controlled tank model. Roadside Assistance was the 5th mission of the Wayne Cars asset, where CJ has to recover a broken down Sultan with a tow truck from the train tracks before the train crashes into it. Definitely similar to the mission Pulling Favors Again, executed by Franklin for Tanya in GTA 5. The only difference is that Caesar stole the car in GTA San Andreas. Instead, in GTA 5, Franklin works as a towman. The Truth Is Out There is undoubtedly the longest removed mission, and it was an additional mission necessary to acquire the abandoned airstrip asset. In it, CJ has to rescue the Truth, pursued by FIB, from an area of Bayside, while the FIB wants to arrest him for snooping around Area 69.
Oh, Carl, do something.
And let's give these cops a run for their money.
Thanks to the mod by Desire, you can see a complete walkthrough of these 5 missions on this channel, or alternately, download the mod and play them on your GTA San Andreas copy. Links to both videos and mods are in the description. 2 other removed missions are Parachute and Hold Up. Unfortunately, nothing about either mission is known except that the last one was tied to Caesar. But that's not all we have to say about missions. The ending of GTA San Andreas requires us to take over sufficient territory to progress to the final mission of the game.
This one for him. For Mom. And for you, bro.
For Grove Street, baby.
Yeah, for the Grove, baby.
Originally, before End of the Line and after Los Desperados, there was a 2-part mission called Looking for Big Smoke. In the first part of the mission, CJ needs to track down a Russian drug dealer named Andre in the market area and beat out of him the location of Big Smoke's crack palace in Los Flores. After obtaining the info, the second part of the mission starts and requires taking over all of the Los Santos Vagos territory in Los Flores. This put them in a position to gain access to Smoke's hideout. The loss of this mission also caused a huge loss for a character. While he is still available in the game, his importance has definitely been diminished. Now he's Big Bear. However, we will talk about characters later in this episode. Let us get back to missions. Fishing a barrel in the final game is just a cutscene, yet during the beta was a real mission.
Gentlemen? Or shall I say partners?
Oh, I drank to that.
Thanks to the text files, we know that the objective of this mission was to escort Mr. Ran Fa Li from Las Venturas Airport to the Four Dragon Casino whilst being pursued by the Mafia. Other missions, while still available in the game, changed a bit. For example, during the first mission, the player had to drive to the cemetery while Big Smoke talks with CJ, and keeping the spotlight on Big Smoke in Running Dog, originally after killing the dealer, CJ had to get back to Smoke and drive him home. While driving, CJ asks Big Smoke why Tenpenny was at his house, but Smoke denies any association with the cop.
Let's go home. I gotta eat, man.
Okay, say Smoke, what's going on with you and Tenpenny?
Who?
Tenpenny.
Man, I ain't never heard of him.
I saw him leaving your apartment.
Oh, is that his name?
Yeah, you know it is.
Man, it ain't nothing. He a buster. Likes to give people a hard time. You know that, Carl. But you know me. It takes more than a fool like him to bug me out.
Something similar happens also in Wrong Side of the Tracks, where after killing all the Vagos, CJ has to recover a package, and while driving Smoke home, he asks why Tenpenny wants the package. And again, Smoke denies any knowledge or association with the crash unit.
Well, if you gonna make this thing personal, I ain't speaking on it no more.
Why Tenpenny want that package?
Who, Penny?
Don't bullshit me, Smoke.
Carl, man, there's something about you, man. Some kind of strange kind of aura, man.
Smoke, when you gonna stop with this weird bullshit?
The truth is, Carl, we've been lost while you've been gone, but now we saved again.
What's in the package, Smoke?
The problem is, too many of the chosen ones get killed before they time, man.
If the afterlife means peace from your bullshit, I think I'm ready. What's in the damn package, Smoke? No more bullshit.
I don't know, homie. I'm just trying to help these officers keep shit off the streets, man.
I don't trust him.
Sometimes trust ain't an option, homie.
More examples of these kinds of changes appear in the mission Pier 69, where Rockstar originally intended to first kill Ryder and then T-Bone, who tries to make a run.
Hey, Ryder, sherm-head asshole, where you think you going?
Can't stop me.
What do you want to do with him, Holmes?
You sold us out, Ryder. You fucked us all.
I'm a motherfucking genius. Ah!
Mendez, I see you, Rifa motherfucker.
Yeah, I'll be back for you, Johnson.
He's headed for those boats.
Don't worry about it, I got this.
I should have killed you when I had the chance.
Photo Opportunity is a mission that was rewritten several times. In one version, CJ and Caesar had to follow a ballast vehicle and photograph its occupants while driving towards San Fierro. Another version instead implies that CJ and Caesar were in a helicopter, which also explains why both characters yell at each other.
Ryder, you sherm-head.
This business is bigger than any gang, ese.
Ryder, little bitch.
In St. Mark's Bistro, we had to chase Marco Forelli through Liberty City after cleaning the bistro. In Sweet's Girl, CJ's brother was unarmed, so we had to escort him out from the building.
Hey, Sweet, I was just looking for you, man. What's up?
I've been with some girl, now I'm stuck. She's a Bill Boulevard family, and we ain't cool no more. They all over the street, outside her house, and I ain't eat it.
Be ready to run when I holler, all right?
That's my nigga. I'll be ready.
Come for my girl, CJ.
Where we going in?
She should hang out at our place until those Seville fools calm down. Just want to make things clear, though. We ain't no item or nothing like that. Nothing like that, baby.
And what was last night, huh? And what's with all the girl? You're something special.
you
Come on,
asshole.
girl, you know I love you.
Well, I do. Just don't think there's no wedding bells around the corner. So,
We will talk about this in
CJ, I
private,
warned
Sweet
your ass.
Johnson.
You in trouble now, Sweet.
eyes on the road, motherfucker.
The dialogue between CJ and Sweet was definitely longer, and it suggests that CJ would have to use Sweet's Greenwood and get a gun of some sort out of the trunk. This led to a removed feature of the game, originally meant to have the ability to store and recover objects from a vehicle's trunk.
Damn, where I put it?
Also, some side activities have been removed, like the pizza board. The Top Fun minigames that became part of Zero's missions, and 50 rampages, together with the adrenaline bonus, with the last one that can still be activated through mods or cheats, and more. And speaking of adrenaline, as in Vice City, there were also pharmacies in San Andreas where you could buy health and adrenaline. Also, Rusty Brown's Ring Donuts were places where CJ could eat. All these assets could also be robbed, like in Vice City.
Don't push me.
Unused audio files allow us to know, for example, that when Carl gets a haircut, the barber could use the scissors instead of the electric razor. Definitely something that would fit better with old Reese. There are a couple of special effects audios left from Vice City alongside of 10 different engine sounds unused. The boat school, like all the others, had introduction dialogue and an instructor.
Welcome to the boat school. To pass, you must achieve bronze or higher in all 5 tests. To view a demonstration of each test, please use the TV over there. Passing a test will unlock the next test. You can come back and check your scores or take new tests at any time.
There were also lots of unused audio files for pedestrians with specific accents like Indian, Texan, Persian, and more.
Curry, curry, curry. For curry's sake, last night's supper gave me an ass of fire. Ooh, my ass is stinking.
I'm just a country boy like my daddy. Daddy, don't touch me there. You inbred, retard, hillbilly dipshit.
I have been shaving since I was 9 years old. This better be some good shit, man. Just opium, nothing else.
What do you gotta do to get a cab around here? Taxi? I want my daddy. Oh my God.
Lastly, in Farewell My Love, Catalina was supposed to taunt Carl either by phone or some other way, attempting to make him jealous the way she does during free mode after reaching San Fierro and Las Venturas.
Claude, you're the best driver I've ever betted. Hands on the wheel, Claude, hands on the wheel. Oh, Claude, it's bigger than the gear stick. 5 orgasms in as many minutes. Oh, Claude, I don't know if I'm
Why these hilarious taunts have been removed by Rockstar is unknown, but we think great lines like those certainly would have made the mission.
Yeah, whatever. Have a good time.
I will.
Fine.
Okay.
Go. I ain't gonna miss you.
Goodbye.
For missions, let's move on now to characters. And if any have been dropped completely, like Officer Carver and Pancho, both tied to the beta mission Doberman, others changed enough during development to make these disappearances irrelevant. The main protagonist in this category is Barry Thorne, aka Big Bear.
Shoot him! The fuck is wrong with you? You ain't hear what the fuck I said?
I'm tired
Bear,
of
what the
smoking.
fuck you doing?
I'm tired
Come
of praying,
on, man.
And I'm tired of doing your fucking housework.
Oh, shit.
I'm free!
Man, what the fuck you do that for, man?
Appearing in just 2 missions, and even then with only a marginal role, Rockstar originally had more in mind for how Big Bear was going to be used. Thanks to unused audio files and models, we have insight into this alternative vision of the character. He appears to have been a key character during the ending of GTA San Andreas and the gang wars.
CJ, you take care of Bear, okay?
Yeah, for sure. Come on, Bear. Time for a little detox.
Oh, man, do I have to?
Have you looked at yourself in the mirror lately?
Most successful diet I ever been on.
How did Beat Up get his claws into you, Bear?
Man, Grove Street families used to be tight, man. Then little Brian got caught up, you ran off. I don't mean to dish you, man, but you did.
I know, but I'm back now.
True, homie. That's real spit. Anyways, man, Sweetie just became a hard man to be with, you know? Then we got bad blood with Seville Boulevard families, and they split from the Grove, then Temple. Hell, they went Lone Ranger too. Sweet, man, he did absolutely nothing. Next thing I knew, Beat-Ups, he making money. Grove Streets, they set tripping. Streets ain't no place to be, man, when every fool is trying to make a move. So I tried my first blast. See what the fuss is all about, right? Now look at me, a rock star. Ain't nothing to be proud of, man.
We gonna put all this behind us, Bear. Grove is coming back and the OG posse is on the bounce. Go on in, Bear. You know we here for you, alright?
For life, CJ.
Other characters instead changed in both clothes and appearance. Thanks to early screenshots and artwork, we see how the game's leading man, Carl Johnson, changed over time. It almost appears that Rockstar artists took inspiration from hip-hop artist and, as of right now, husband of Beyonce, Jay-Z, for CJ. Lucky motherfucker. Sweet also changed, though not so much physically, but the brother's style. At first he was dressed in grayish-black t-shirt and a black Scully. 2 characters that actually did change a lot are Ryder. We can see him in these early screenshots, and Big Smoke, who was thinner, wore a white Saints jersey, and did not wear a bowler. The beta 3D model of Big Smoke can be seen in the game as a statue inside his cracked palace in Los Flores. Minor characters changed too, like Officer Frank Tenpenny, T-Bone, and more. Every gang member of every gang from all over the Southwest rocked different looks and different threads. For example, an OGF member who wore a closed hoodie was also originally an unused model for Big Bear. A 4th goon, a Da Nang Boys, was meant to be in the game but was later cut. Additionally, dozens of pedestrians were cut, but their models are still available in the game files. Now, let's peep out removed and edited features. GTA San Andreas has tons of code left inside that, when activated, re-enables features that were partially developed, inherited from past titles, and more. Undoubtedly, the clearest example of this is the infamous hot coffee mod.
Oh.
I ain't insecure, but tell me I'm great.
Hot coffee is what Patrick W. calls a mod that re-enables access to a sexual minigame in GTA San Andreas. This minigame was completely developed by Rockstar Games to allow players to interact with the character while one of the girlfriends invited him to have hot coffee at her place after a night out.
You wanna have some coffee?
Before sending the game to the rating board and on to production, Rockstar Games chose to disable the content, making it impossible to access, and replacing it with a shaky camera featuring the outside of the girlfriend's house, accompanied by muffled voices in the background.
Incredible. You should get paid for this.
I love you, CJ.
Despite the minigame being completely disabled and highlighted only after the mod's release, all codes, animations, and assets were in the game code, not only in the PC version, but also in the PS2 and Xbox versions of the game. In mid-July 2005, these assets led to a considerable indignation from lawmakers and politicians, resulting in Rockstar creating a patch for the original version called No More Hot Coffee, and releasing a newer version of the title after it was re-rated adults only. A move resulting in almost 85% of the world's retailers pulling it off shelves. Later that year, Democratic Senators Hillary Clinton, Joe Lieberman, and Evan Bayh introduced the Family Entertainment Protection Act.
We need to treat violent video games the way we treat tobacco, alcohol, and pornography.
Rockstar Games and Take-Two Interactive faced a ton of legal problems, including federal class action lawsuits. By September 2009, the drama had ended, resulting in Take-Two settling to the bitter tune of a staggering $20,115,000. Other significant examples of complete or partial features left in the code is what appears to be an idea to create downloadable content for GTA San Andreas. At the time, DLCs were not as popular or common as today. There were already games in the early 80s that had expansion packs sold separately, and before the release of GTA San Andreas, GTA already had titles with expansion packs, namely GTA London 1969, technically the first ever Grand Theft Auto expansion pack, and GTA London 1961, a freely distributed mission pack for GTA and GTA London 1969. However, as DLCs gained popularity and became known as DLCs thanks to Microsoft, who started with both the first Xbox and later with the Xbox 360 to sell additional content for its games. Thus, even if the idea of DLCs had not exactly matured, there were still enough strings and scripts in GTA San Andreas to indicate that with this experiment, Rockstar was heading towards mission packs and more for their games. Why Rockstar Games never used this feature is unknown, but our best guess is it was for technical reasons like incompatibility with previous save games, or, of course, it could have been their intention to move forward to another title and leave GTA San Andreas and all the trouble born with it behind. Modders, however, found all these scripts and used them to create one of the biggest mods for GTA San Andreas ever, named DYOM, Design Your Own Mission. Thanks to Dutchy 3010 and Patrick W's mod, people without scripting and coding knowledge can create new missions without writing a single line of script. And to this day, fans and players still create new stories and more with DYOM in GTA San Andreas. Other examples of abandoned game codes include the $50 Good Citizen bonus for stopping criminals, available in GTA Vice City, and the quadruple Insane Stunt bonuses. And don't forget the 2-player pool minigame for the PC version. Moreover, there was once ability to ride San Fierro's trolleys with actual stops all around the city, as well as car washes, only introduced in GTA 4. Other unused code is the bum behavior script, a complete but buggy script not attached to any ped. Thanks to a mod that re-enabled this feature, we get to enjoy seeing specific peds take pisses, lie down and scratch their groins, and even get to see them drink, and my own personal favorite, vomit.
What's going on here?
There were a ton of unused interiors that players could navigate after using the jetpack from Ganton Gym. We can then reach the warehouse and gain access to every single interior. Now, only thanks to the mods, we can just spawn directly inside these unused spaces. The aforementioned warehouse is maybe a beta version of the one used during the mission Gray Imports. A second warehouse named /TV exists as well, maybe tied to the namesake side job introduced in the series with GTA Liberty City Stories. Another case of defunct interior coding is the San Fierro Police Department HQ building, complete with floors, pickups, and occasionally pads all over, even inside prison cells. This is the biggest and most complete unused interior in the entire game. Therefore, why it never made the cut is a true enigma. Our best guess is it was the set for a removed mission. Or, if we go by the file names, a map created for a possible official multiplayer game mode, something Rockstar planned both for GTA 3 and Vice City, and according to some leftover strings, even tested for GTA San Andreas. Other examples of unused interiors are the bike school in Las Venturas that in the final version changed simply by using an open building. There is also a 2-floor ammunition with a shooting range inside of it. A copy of the Vice City Stadium with a sandbox in the middle can also be found. Various safe houses were left over, like one named Big Safe House in Los Santos features a working wardrobe. 2 different motel rooms did get reused for the Jefferson Motel interior. A unique safe house in Mulholland based on the Stahl House was even shown in both the official trailer and in the first ever preview on Game Informer. Together with 4 different strip clubs, only 3 are accessible while 2 share interiors, exist 3 unique, hidden, and nearly complete interiors tied to brothels and titty bars. While texture glitches and lots of missing collisions ensure they will never be ready for prime time, these interiors are fully complete with rooms for services, bathtubs, and more. These areas were probably removed when the sex minigame was dropped. In any case, they clearly depict what the brothel's services available to CJ were inside. Also, thanks to in-game codes, previews, and interviews with Rockstar pre-releases, we also know that originally the city would react directly to player actions. For example, after a pedestrian was killed, a news van arrives. When fences or lampposts were destroyed, repairmen arrive to fix them. And while we're on the subject of things that changed, let's move to edited features. Those aspects available in the game but somehow different from how they were originally conceived. The best example is the gang warfare feature. In the final version of the game, we have a total of 57 territories to take over, only in the city of Los Santos from just 2 gangs, Balas, Flats, and Los Santos Vagos, Northside Mexicans. Originally, instead, the entire territory of San Andreas was filled with over 170 territories to snatch from a total of 7 gangs: the Balas, Vagos, Varios Los Aztecas, Southside Mexican, San Fierro Rifa, Triads, the Nang Boys, Vietnamese, and the Italian Mafia, as you can see in this picture from Brady Games' official strategy guide. Originally, the district name that appears on screen was colored by the same color of the gang who controlled that district. Thanks to a glitch or mods like the Extended Gang Wars by Silent, both features can be re-enabled in the game and play as Rockstar Games originally envisioned. And speaking of gangs, thanks to in-game files, we know that originally Rockstar planned to feature 10 different gangs in the territory of Los Santos. The first 8 you already know. The remaining 2, unfortunately, are unknown. Another significant example of altered content from beta to final is the map itself. According to the beta map in the Little Probe Inn and in Mike Torino's ranch, we know that Bayside Marina was just a little village, and that between San Fierro and Bayside, there was a small island most likely based on Alcatraz. San Fierro had fewer docks and bigger parks. Easter Basin's shape was different. Dillmore and the Quarry were smaller, and in Red County, there were fewer roads. San Fierro's name itself changed because, according to Tattoos and Files, the name was San Fierro. There are more, thanks to the unused race tournament maps showing all cities changed a bit. The biggest differences in Los Santos are all the streets in Rodeo, the presence of Glen Park, and the sidewalks around the observatory are missing. Other differences include a third runway at Los Santos Airport, no tennis courts behind the Richmond Country Club, and the Marinas Canal ending at the second bridge. Thanks to previews and in-game leftovers, we know that players were supposed to be able to get drunk and high off drugs as CJ. Both simulated dizziness by wobbling the camera as in all GTA HD era titles.
I got a good line on juice if you want some.
I got enough of a temper, thanks, Brucey.
The first time Rockstar used this effect was in GTA Vice City during the mission Boomshine Saigon, then again in Vice City Stories during the mission Purple Haze. Rockstar has an anti-piracy effect for illegal cracked versions of GTA 4 that also uses this effect. And at the time, it was hilarious reading the messages from PC players ranting about what they thought was a bug. And before we leave the topic of drugs, GTA San Andreas was the first title Rockstar considered adding a mini drug dealing game that was later added exclusively to GTA Chinatown Wars. The idea was cut from GTA San Andreas because it didn't make sense for characters who are against crack to sell it on the street.
Anything you need, baby. You was wrong with the hood, bitch.
And that's not all the ghosts from Killed Code haunting GTA. From random items of clothing like the blue hoodie that was apparently CJ's default outfit, to the canceled radio stations, Flash FM and Hit Radio. All sorts of material was coded into the game, then dropped during development. There are also weird, unused comic-style bubbles meant to appear when talking to strangers and gang members in the street. And while we're yet on the strange image tip, there are two really disturbing ones. In the first, we see soap being dropped in a shower, and in the second, a man getting his head forced face down into what seems to be a bed. Both images are any guy's nightmares of what could happen in prison. Again, we don't understand why these images would be in the game files but remain unused. Then again, maybe we do understand.
Torino.
Carl, learn to fly.
I'm on it, man, I swear.
Hey, me, I'm on it, man. Same old broken record, Carl, but that's fine, because your brother's getting a new cellmate tonight. Horse Cock Harry, and I'm sending a present, little wedding present. Big tub of lube.
Shit, dude. Okay, I swear, man, I'm gonna be the best pilot.
I'd love to hear you, Carl. I can't hear you. All I can hear is your brother's love cries as 8 kilometers of cock finds its way up his ass. Oh, that's your brother, okay? No big problem.
Wait, please, man.
That was my last motivational speech, understand? Am I being too spiritual for you, Carl?
Okay, man, I get the message.
GTA 5 has the most vehicles of any title in the series, with more than 250 DLC vehicles included. GTA San Andreas has the second most, coming in at just over 180. According to quite a few previews, GTA San Andreas was originally meant to feature over 420 vehicles. But again, there are no images, files, or proof that these 240 more vehicles even exist, which leads us to think that this number is a little too exaggerated. It was probably first used by some overzealous journalist once, and then became part of the GTA lore we talked about at the top of this video. Before focusing on what we know about dropped vehicles, let's talk about the dropped features tied to vehicles. Together with the aforementioned ability to stow and recover objects from car trunks, thanks to early screenshots, we know that originally stealing cars was a pretty involved affair. CJ had to smash the car window and then hotwire it like all the players learned from thugging back in GTA's 4 and 5. Another stillborn feature was linked to the vehicle impound already mentioned. Originally, if we got busted, the last vehicle driven could be taken back from impound in the city's main police headquarters. And speaking of the pigs, at first, every city had their own vehicles, bikes, helicopters, and more. Everyone had the LSPD, SFPD, LVPD, or countryside decals plastered right on the side. But now this feature is only for police cars. Bikes, helicopters, and all the other emergency vehicles sport the SAPD badge, San Andreas Police Department, while bike patrol cops use the same two models statewide. Another cut feature rumored to be linked to vehicles include the option to equip vehicles with spike strips at the 8 Balls autos the way you can with bombs. Now let's peep out vehicles taken out of the game. In early screenshots from Rockstar, fuel caps were missing, which indicates the ability to destroy vehicles with a single shot was introduced later during development. Also, license plates were more like California states, and lots of vehicles initially inherited rims from GTA 3 and Vice City. The Air Train, a big-ass plane, Boeing 727, seen in Vice City and Liberty City, is another missing vehicle, and is technically replaced by the AT-400, a Boeing 787. The Dash Hound textures are still in the game, inherited from GTA 3 and Vice City, and the Sabre Turbo was cut, along with two vehicles named Float and Fenton. The former may have been a parade float or train, according to the handling lines, while the second one a spoof on a Ponton, a Mercedes-Benz classic car. Another road vehicle removed was the Road Train, a classic articulated truck that towed 2 or more trailers. Moving on to air and sea, again, there are several losses. In the case of aquatic transport, it's the Coast Guard Maverick that was cut. Like the Rio, the seafaring vessel is a catamaran, and both are leftovers from Vice City. The Coast Guard Maverick failed to make the cut in the previous title, while the second was instead available. Many vehicles changed during game development, like the Bullet, whose beta version can be seen inside Autos Autos. The Elegant, whose name and design appearance changed according to a billboard. The Ranger, a vehicle that initially sported an inverted color scheme and different wheels. And the Combine Harvester, which was green, smaller, and missing the step bars at one time. Other small differences can be seen in the Clover's tail lights and bumper, the paint job of the Journey, the shape of the Fortune's headlights, and the Jester's grille, rims, and more. Occasionally also, thanks to what we call cutscene vehicles, we see how some vehicles' designs and color palettes changed. These cutscene vehicles are counterparts to the game's drivable vehicles. Due to camera angles, scale, lighting, and other variables, we can tell cutscene vehicles vary from finals. For example, they're usually bigger. This is because the programmers didn't update the model depicted in the cutscene. The clearest example is the Savannah. In practically all cutscenes, it's a 2-door vehicle instead of a 4-door. Plus, the front grille and back lights are different. Likewise for the Camper and the Elegy. The counterpart cutscene vehicle is named Legend. Unlike the Elegy, the Legend is bigger, and when unlocked, it has 2 different paint jobs. Together with the Mothership, Andromeda, and SWAT tank, vehicles used exclusively during specific missions or cutscenes, there are also several hidden vehicles easily unlocked through modding GTA San Andreas. Namely, the FBI truck, a vehicle originally used for the mission The Truth Is Out There, the FBI car, a dropped vehicle similar to the Las Venturas police car, which apparently was meant to appear all over the San Andreas state when reaching a 5-star wanted, and a second Blood Ring banger left over from GTA Vice City. My personal favorite game code ghost vehicle, normally unavailable, is the RC Cam, a flower pot with fully functioning lights. Now, just so we're clear, Calling the RC Cam a vehicle is taking mad liberties, because really, what this thing is actually supposed to be beats the hell out of all of us. Another cut vehicle and unknown is the roller. According to the handling, chances are it's a steamroller. Based on the name though, many people surmise it's just a set of roller skates that CJ could use to move faster in the cities, and to strengthen their idea, they claim roller skates are already available to peds in GTA Vice City. Possible, we guess, but highly unlikely. One vehicle that does have roller skate wheels and was meant to be in GTA San Andreas is actually a skateboard. Its only remnant is the HUD icon in the PS2 version of the game, and the board itself in a hidden interior of the PC version. According to some strings, the vehicle was meant to be introduced to the player during the mission Mad Dog's Rhymes, probably replacing the bike available when leaving Mad Dog's house. Why this one didn't make the cut is another mystery, but it could have been due to problems with animation or handling. Or it could even be that the skateboard idea came up too near the end of development. Either way, thanks to modders, players can still use it in GTA San Andreas. The really crazy thing about the skateboard is that it wasn't only a vehicle, but was also a melee weapon. That's right, you were going to be able to use the skateboard like a baseball bat to clock fools. Now how cool is that?
Dead, motherfucker!
Also, speaking of weapons, according to early previews, GTA San Andreas was originally meant to include like 150 different weapons, but only 42 are available in the final version. Thanks to nuggets hidden in the game in the form of previews, pre-release screenshots, and more, we know that some of the cut weapons were the Micro SMG, PSG-1, M72 Law, and MP5K, just to name a few. Thanks to another Rockstar title, Manhunt, modders were able to bring some of these powerful weapons back to the mean streets of San Andreas. Not only have firearms been cut, but the game was supposed to have a lot more really fun melee weapons players could pick up at hardware stores, like in GTA Vice City. Some of the omitted weapons are inherited from GTA Vice City, like the hammer.
I like to share too, thank you.
What is this shit?
Meat cleaver.
I warn you, I don't give a fuck.
The machete.
Come on, fight then.
Watch yourself, dude.
Others are completely new, like nail bat and sledgehammer. Weapon icons were originally less detailed, and the jetpack, cell phone, and aforementioned skateboard had their own icons. Whilst some things have been removed, others were just changed. One prominent example is the parachute. Though kept in the game, it completely changed shape and color. The original model features in the demo vid at the flight school and on the San Fierro Triad's Goons during the mission, A Home in the Hills. The same for the spray can. Originally, it had a different texture and the camera used to be bigger. It also had an attached flash that can still be seen during the cutscene of the mission Badlands.
Yeah, you'll never find anybody as fork-tongued as this snake-ass bastard.
Sort this out, Carl, so Officer Tenpenny can sleep easy at night. Man, we want evidence he ain't gonna talk.
Like the cutscene vehicles, there are small differences between some weapons available to players and weapons from cutscenes. Also, there are weapons seen only in cutscenes. For example, the MIB from the mission Stowaway features an M16 that has a dirt texture that players refer to as Camos textures. Likewise for the PSG-1 and MP5K, both weapons missing from the final version of the game. So, to recap, we learned that GTA San Andreas is undoubtedly the biggest GTA title. The game Rockstar pushed every limit and boundary with breakout gameplay, storylines, characters, features, and more. At a time when DLCs were not even known as such, Rockstar thought to write game code that would allow the addition of new content, missions, and more for years to come. and they incorporated the classic RPG concept of character personalization to allow you, the player, customization options for CJ any way you'd like. Everything in GTA San Andreas is simply unforgettable. The final version is definitely huge, but even so, tons of content, features, and projects were somehow left unfinished, hidden, or completely removed. In some cases, it's clear why much of this data got dropped. For others, we have no idea. Still today, even after more than 10 years from the release date, GTA San Andreas is still played by millions of fans, thanks to what the game is about, and represents. To be honest, much of its enduring popularity is also thanks to what the modders have done to uncover the game's golden nuggets, dark corners, and enigmatic secrets over the years. When you talk about gaming, you can't talk about games that changed the game in the industry and not mention the humongous, entertaining, and beautiful Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
And with that, we wrap another fascinating episode of Hot Topic. Be sure to follow us for more on beta and removed content from the GTA series, as well as for updates and the latest on GTA 5 and GTA Online. This was Gary 7MT for the GTA series videos crew saying, see you around, and don't be no buster.